With Karan Casey bowling to Athanas. Hint of swing there already, but he has found the gap beautifully. He was aware of the gap there. It wasn't a big gap between the point and cover fielder.
Bit full, just opened the face of the bat. Finding the gap. And as a batsman, this sort of shot would always give you confidence. And a boundary to start off with.
Try to correct his length. There's a fielder there at deep mid-wicket. So a good start this for Athanas. A confident start. And Karan Casey, what I love about the approach in these two deliveries, is not scared to bowl it up. He gets the ball to move, especially in the early part of the innings, Karan Casey. His form will be instrumentally added on Karan's shoulders. Dragged his length a bit this time. And immediately you can see the change of ploy with the change of captains today. Devendra Singh ID has a fielder
Making that tactics in the field.
Very good delivery, has taken the outside edge. He'll take a single. And Johnson Charles, he was out for a duck in the first match, scored 11 in the second. Hard-hitting batter, known for his muscle power.
Well, he's taking some time in the middle. So in the first and second game, he was just trying to go after the bowlers. Strong zone is in.
Good delivery again. He's not scared, bowling full, direct hit. The crowd excited, but the batter was easily home. So a decent over to start with. 8 runs coming off it. First gone, 8 for now. Operation now. He went for plenty of runs in the first T20 time. He's worked tremendously hard to come back into the side. Cousin of the pushes towards the offside, straight to his cousin whom we were talking about, and plenty of ideas in the team in the Nepali circuit, the cricketing circuit. Pradeep ID started it first, and then Devendra Singh ID, Kamal Singh ID, Arun ID, who's played the under-19 as well. They've got reputation of Jadrans, like that of Jadrans of the Afghani team, and Akmals of Pakistan.
Well, we're just offering that room around off stump for Johnson Charles to free his arm. A bit of misfield out there.
Anil Shah was keeping wickets in the first 2 matches. It's Binul Vanadi today. It's not easy, isn't it, to be a keeper and then field in the outfield. Such is the competition in this team. He'll have to be ready for almost any job. You'd not want to see the replay of that misfield, Anil. Appeal, but I think the ball would have gone down the leg side. Good decision this by the umpire. A proper fast bowler's attitude Kamal Singh ID has, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. A brilliant delivery, just nipping back in towards Johnson Charles. You could just see. We're just trying to play with the mind of Johnson Charles there. The first 2.
Gave himself some room again. Terrible fielding this. You can't stand on the point position and feel like that. Kamal Singh ID would not be happy. I believe it was Gulshan Shah there. Judged the slower one perfectly. Not off the middle of the bat, but still good enough for Johnson to hammer it towards the onside for a boundary. Done it. is the quicker among the two. Deceived Athanas in this occasion. Karan, the length was not there, but he went on with his shot, played on the rise. And that desperate dive by Gulshan, eventually not good enough. That was close. That was inches away from the stump. The off stump. This is already a decent start. 27 for none. Athanas 17 of 7. Johnson there.
Back at the power play, Rovers trying to get over the 30-yard circle.
Good change of pace again. This is what Karan does, isn't it, Ayush? He's a thinking bowler. Sompal Kame is a rhythmic bowler, and Karan is bowler. He's a thinking bowler.
Okay.
He anticipates the intention of the batters. Athanas is looking for pace. He got one. He picked it up towards the square leg boundary for a 6. Then went through with the shot. It's a much better track than it was in the previous occasion in the second T2. Let me hit this. Good shot straight to Gulshan. Johnson sent it back, but Athanas was already halfway down. There was no way he could have made it. And the first wicket has fallen in this fashion. First wicket falls, 27 for 1.
किन हो आइफएल त काम गर्दैन त
Kind of an important wicket for Nepal, and you could just see, it is interesting to see, you can see Gulshan just there in the position of the umpire, and he's the one who raised his finger.
Goes on with this shot again. I don't think that was off the middle of the bat, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because Johnson Charles is a strong man. He gave the ball enough power behind it. Kamal Singh already knows this. Was this off the toe end of the bat? Yes, it was. This is why the West Indian batters are so dangerous.
And the reach that Johnson Charles has, you could just see that bottom hand coming into play.
Much better this time. It was more of timing in this occasion, and 2 consecutive 6s. Johnson Charles going behind Kamal Singh Aidi now. The first was off the toe end of the bat, good enough for a 6. This time it was much more convincing, off the straight out of the middle of the bat. He's looking dangerous now. Sensible batting, this sensible batting. 2 6s in 2 balls, and then take a single and give the new man the strike. Andre Fletcher stayed there for a long while. He was in fact the anchor, but he set the foundation for West Indies to go and score 160.
They'll be definitely looking to build a partnership from here. West Indies A-team management will be looking Johnson Charles to stay there, take some time. Johnson is going for those big.
Andre Fletcher Jones in the party as well. The third 6 considered by Kamal Singh Aidi in this over. A very expensive over, 19 coming off it. 4 gone, 46 for 1.
It will be interesting to see Sagar Dakal bowling in this wicket, Sachin, because the previous match, the wicket that was being used is getting that turn. See some turn in that wicket, but in this wicket is the first game wicket. Need to ball slower through the air.
And I'm sure the West Indies batters would be looking to get used to Sagar Dakal's bowling first, because he pulls flat. We want to see how the track offers any purchase to the spinners or not. Very short, quick one. Came in with the arm. It's difficult to get away with Sagar Dakal, especially in this format of the game.
And he is an economical bowler, and the strength that Sagar has is he just loves bowling in varying his pace. You can just see a sense in every delivery.
Full over pitch this time, and that was very, very powerful from Johnson Charles. He hammered it. And that's the danger with this batter, Johnson Charles. Yes, he's not been in the best of forms. Charles. Very short this time, short and jab. You talk about the power of this man. This is the reason. It was only fraction short, but he stood on the back foot. Just the length of the delivery very well, and it was a short arm jab. Didn't even have to swing the bat completely. Oh, this man looks really, really dangerous now for Nepal.
Well, you could just see Johnson Charles, the stance that he's staying there, bit away from the leg stump, but the reach you could see Sagar is bowling around that off stump, but just getting to that ball shows the height that he has and the advantage with his height.
Oh, 3 boundaries, 3 consecutive boundaries. Trying to follow Johnson Charles because he was exposing all 3 of his stumps, and then Sagar Dakal decided to go at him onto his pads.
Just play your shots against Kushal Malla, and you need to apply that additional effort while you are targeting Kushal Malla. So the last over, part with the just 2 fielder outside the 30-yard circle. Steep mid-wicket in place. And long off.
A flyer this, 65 for 1. Projected score 229. Still early to call that, but they're going at a great rate, 11.47. They've only lost 1 wicket, that important wicket of Alec Athanas, who was off a run out.
There's been a change in the field. Long off fielder has been called into mid-off.
Hammered again. Onto the side screen. How straight is this? Oh, if you have used protectors in your school days, I think this is 90-degree straight onto the side screen. Bowled full. This looks a different side today, the West Indian side. They've come in with a plan. Only 5 sixes.
What a power play this has been. A brilliant display of stroke play by the West Indian batsmen.
They're looking for 2.
That was quick running between the wickets. Johnson has been in the prime form in today's game. And the best part about Fletcher was the first ball 6 that he hit to Kamal Singh Ivy.
Just played with soft hand. They're just trying to build that partnership, Johnson and Fletcher. They've been taking that steps now.
Ayush, we got to understand that this pitch is a totally different pitch that we saw in the previous game. Before that, and that was a boundary, an easy boundary to Johnson. The score is 78 for the loss of 1 wicket in 6.3 overs. Like I said, during the toss, we inspected the pitch, and we were expecting a high-scoring game. A good spell of bowling by Nepal bowlers. And that's a huge 6 again from Johnson.
Easy picking. 12, 2024. If you look at Johnson Charles stats against left arm spinners, he has been least dismissed by left arm spin. That's just 8 times. And with that, 50 for the big man Johnson Charles. 50 of 24 deliveries.
Well played, Johnson Charles, the big man.
Fletcher just trying to come down the track, but good thinking there by Sagar.
Others a chance prior to the team selection for the World Cup. Would have been nice if Avinash Bora could get a game today, or maybe in the
Give them that momentum and rhythm. This time the ball just coming back in. And still feel a bit of surprise because Sompal Kami, being rested today, is kind of a bowler who believes in his rhythm. So Sompal Kami coming to the rhythm is a key important for Nepal before
time. We have seen too many misfields. A very rare sight actually for the Nepal team.
variations.
Even before the game, I saw a bowling coach working with Gulshan, and he looked sharp. Gulshan working very hard. That's good variation, good change of pace. It was close. Direct hit would have been interesting to see.
And after that, the pair of Basanta Regmi and Sathi Dochan. This time offered some room around that off stump, but as I was mentioning, he's so strong to the square side of the wicket. Good thinking there by Johnson Charles.
That was just not a 4, but what a beautiful.
So Kushal Malla coming in from the Chova end.
The kind of bowling that Kushal bowls, the batsman has to reach out to him actually. They have to wait for the delivery to come, and that's a very, very good sign actually.
It would be interesting, Manish, to see Fletcher against Kushal Malla, because you could just see Fletcher loves coming down the track and going over long on, long off.
Out of Johnson and Fletcher, I think Fletcher is more of a batsman who likes the ball coming onto him. The ball coming onto him. Kushal, being Kushal, Malla, he loves to keep it very slow, and the batsman, like I said, the batsmen have to reach out to the ball. So it's not easy playing Kushal, especially for Fletcher.
So this is what we're talking about. Kushal Malla against Fletcher. This is what I was talking about, Manish, the interesting encounter, because Fletcher loves coming down the track, and good thinking there by Kushal Malla as well. Away from him, bowling in his reach. And if you ball that slow through the air, giving that loop in the ball around that middle and leg stump, it would be dangerous.
And, like I said, Fletcher is finding it difficult actually to play Kushal for strokes because the ball is not coming onto him. Let's see how Johnson goes after Kushal. What is the strategy that Kushal will be using against Johnson?
This time he picks up, and the ball goes sailing all over the fence.
That was too slow, too full. Easy pick for Johnson to be hit over.
You can just see him this time circling around that off stump. Predetermined. Johnson Charles. Easy pickings for him. In this wicket, in this nice wicket, it looks like a flat batting wicket.
Absolutely. Anything in the slot goes for a 4. West Indies A, 102 for 1.
Batting, but it definitely looks like to 20 plus. This time, good thinking from Gulshan Jha. Just saw Fletcher just shuffling around that middle and off stump. Slower delivery. Kushal Malla in the previous over, just coming slower through the air, and you could just sense Johnson Charles. Look at that power of the big man.
Johnson Charles is a ruthless guy.
Gulshan is still going on with that seam of delivery, Manish.
Keeping it a hard length, not letting Johnson free his arms. So, yeah, it's a good length, a good line from
Good thinking from Gulshan Jha. You can just sense Gulshan Jha just sticking around that good length, shot of good length, and bowling close to the body of Johnson Charles, not offering any room to free his arms, and you just cramp him with this length.
Absolutely, and he's bowling to the field. Actually, it's a very good sign.
Third and fine leg inside the 30-yard circle. Short cover, point. Once again, a slower one. He's bowling according to the field set. It's a compact outside off field.
He's bowling. Good thinking. He saw Fletcher charging down and he kept it a little short, closer to the body, which made it difficult for Fletcher to go for a big shot.
We'll be talking after this over as well. Well, could this be a chance? It was a risky run, a single to end the over, a brilliant over from Gulshan Jha.
Ayush, another thing I want to mention is like how important is Avinash Bora for Nepal's T20 team. You know, I have a stat which I want to share with everybody. Is like, you know, in the since 2023, he's played around 30 to 31 games in which he has got 36 wickets. Okay, and the maximum, I mean, in this 84 overs he have bowled overall. Sorry, around 40. Does not have that express pace. That's hammered for a boundary through mid wicket and long on.
Well, Manish, how do you see this move? Vivek Yadav coming into ball does not have that pace.
But we have hardly seen him bowl. So I really don't want to blame this guy for that's a huge 6 over long off. Fletcher and Johnson are having a carnival out here.
Well, a brilliant shot, brilliant thinking. Vivek just pitching the ball in the reach of Fletcher to just be an easy pickings for the West Indian batsman.
I'm really surprised, you know. I mean, we have seen Vivek using the variations in PM Cup that he has played, okay? And he used the variations to very good effect. I'm really astonished to see, I mean, this is just the first over that he has bowled, just 4 deliveries now. I hope to see some variations from...
I was surprised as well. You could just see from the first delivery that Vivek bowled, just bowling those seam of deliveries. Now it will be interesting with Vivek coming up with that crossing deliveries, bowling those variations. So lower full toss.
But this guy has the potential. That's something to really think about. That was again a classical West Indian shot on the knees.
And Gulshan has been bowling pretty well today. We need to give credit to Gulshan. The line and length that he has been bowling consistently.
I'm happy that Gulshan has been bowling these days. I would really love to see Gulshan actually bowling on a regular basis. Because we have Sompal, we have Karan, Gulshan, Avinash Bora. So we have seam up, we have 4 bowlers to be used in a game. Unfortunately, in the past, we didn't see Gulshan being used much often.
And one thing, Manish, you could just sense it today is why Gulshan has been the economical bowlers today is he's just targeting the body of Johnson Charles. He's not offering that any room to Johnson to free his arms, and this has been the story today. While Gulshan is bowling towards Johnson.
Absolutely, he's bowling good length. He is varying his pace very well, which is keeping the bat very good, like you said, with the square. That was a slower bouncer attempted, and unfortunately it went for a wide down the leg.
For a batting wicket.
Absolutely, Ayush. Absolutely. On this track, so far the way Gulshan has bowled has to be appreciated. He has been spot on with his length and line and his change of pace. He's been varying very, very smartly.
Well, absolutely, with two set batsmen, Johnson Charles. And as a batsman, when you are not getting some runs from a particular bowler, you try to go play those unorthodox shots, and this is what Johnson is trying to do. He's just trying to get...
That's yet again a good change of pace, keeping it fuller, slower one. Like I said, he's bowling very smartly. He's bowling as per the field, varying it very well. That has been the key of Gulshan.
And this is his third over.
Yet again a change of pace. West Indies A. 125 off.
This time he tries to go, and you'd get that gap.
You can't. Yet again in the range, and rightly what I said, Johnson is going to smash it out of the ground.
Well, how would you define this shot from Johnson Charles? Look at that shot, magnificent. Just presenting a straight bat, driving it down the ground with the precision of power.
And like I said, you know, I don't blame Vivek because he has not been used. That's a chance.
Well, was that a chance?
Used is not the right word, but I would rather say underball, to be very honest, in the previous games.
Well, as the ball went up in the air, we could just sense some cheering from the crowd. Just there in no man's land. Johnson. As a youngster, you need to hold your nerves. And as we were talking, you not just blame the bowlers for leaking runs because the wicket is on a good side, just circling around that wide line. Johnson. One thing about Johnson Charles' innings today, Manish, is that it's not just trying to attack the bowlers, just rotating the strike as well, giving it to Fletcher.
That's yet another short ball and being hit for a 4 by Fletcher.
A bit of confusion for Vivek at the moment. Just chooses line and length. Both the batsmen just targeting him. And this is what we were talking about in the previous over of Vivek as well. He don't have that pace, and if you just ball around that good length, or shot of good length, it would be easier for the West Indian batsman to pick that ball.
So West Indies A, 135.
Adagal in operation now. Okay, towards the onside, chance of a run out. Is this close? No excitement shown by Binod Bhandari. And with me in the commentary box is legendary Nepali player, captain, former captain, and the cricket manager of Cricket Association of Nepal, Binod Das. A very good afternoon, Binod.
Thank you, Sachin. What a day it has been from this hammering
13.2 over, 143 for 1 already on the board. Nepal is looking down the barrel right now and is going to chase a huge total if they want to win this one. Vinod, we saw a lot of shuffling when it came to the playing 11, and we've seen a number of changes today as well. 5 changes in the previous match. Do you think with only 2 matches to go to that big tournament, is this a good idea to change your side? Well, Nepal is yet to pick its World Cup team, and today being the deadline to pick the team for the World Cup, probables for the World Cup. So probably this match would decide the final 15 who are heading to the World Cup. But yes, there has been quite a few changes, and it is all to do with the World Cup squad. A very strong Afghanistan side. Away! Oh, this has been a brilliant over. Only 4 runs given by. This shows the dominance West Indies has so far in this game. Karan, he bowled decently well in the first spell. Went for 9 to accompany him. Nepal is looking, if they want to win this, they will have to score big for sure. This has been a hammer towards the onside. It's very difficult to contend these two now. Fletcher got that start in the previous match. 43 runs is what he managed, and has now already scored 41. This is turning out to be a massive partnership already for the West Indian side. Was a slow delivery, a touch shot, stayed on the back foot and hammered. None of the Nepali bowlers being able to pick up a wicket, and Rohit Paudel in as a substitute fielder. Timed this well, and well enough for the ball to go to the boundary. Consecutive 4s here. This blow is not working. Runs coming in thick and fast for the West Indies A. West Indies A finally getting the hang of. This is far too predictable. This has gone all the way. Karan Casey trying to imitate what Avinash Bora does, but not being successful at all, and that brings 50 for Andrea Fletcher. He scored 43 in the previous match, 51 today, putting in serious contention for that side in the squad for the World Cup. And this has been a great support for the man in form, Johnson Charles, today. And in the process, he's also got a 50 for himself. What an inning this has been. He started slow, but slowly as he progressed into the inning. This is again going to be called wide by the umpire. He missed the wide line by some distance there. Umpire Buddhi Bahadur Pradhan signaling it wide. Karan Casey struggling to keep the run rate down. This is predicted when you come against the might of West Indian batters. They're known for their hitting prowess, and once you're against it, you do feel the heat. This TU cricket ground is being treated to some of the best hitting on this ground so far. And this is getting, as I said, a little too predictable. The batter, both the batters in fact, anticipating that Karan Casey will be bowling wide. Does this come naturally to him, Karan? Because he's trying to imitate what Avinash Bora does, and probably the plan has been the same. But does this thing come naturally to him? Because Avinash Bora has a sidearm action suitable to bowl Yorkers. It's something to do with the tactics of bowling it away from the batters so that they don't get the big shots going. But it also allows the batter to use the full swing of the bat. They're allowed to extend their hands, and once they connect it, it stays hit. Maybe Nepal will have to revisit their thinking. Maybe some more Yorkers. Maybe Dipendra will have to come on here, because if this continues to go on for next 5 overs, Nepal will be chasing a big total for sure. They're already against it, but they will be chasing in excess of 250. So now 15th over gone. West Indies A 162 for 1. Targeting the stumps, but if he misses, that's one try, and it has been inside edge.
to the fence. There is no stopping there. 4 more runs for Johnson Charles. He moves into his 90s.
A full toss this time. And where has it gone? It's gone for a boundary. He's found the fence. He moves on to 97 now. Johnson Charles of only 51 balls.
And that's the danger in that pace. Not much pace there. If you miss the length, it's going to go. These are some easy pickings for somebody who's batting in his 90s. Full tosses from the spinner. That's another extra cover drive. That would bring him a single only. Lokesh cutting that off. Johnson Charles moving onto 98 of just 52 deliveries. West Indies A, 172 already on the board. The signs are ominous.
The margin of error was less. He went after Sagar Dakal. For a moment we thought that the ball would go all the way, and Fletcher has been dismissed for 53. Good catch there.
Very good catch there from Dipendra Singh Airi. He just tried to get underneath it. There wasn't much room to get underneath. Dipendra Singh Airi held on to this one from Andre Fletcher. A good innings comes to an end. Andre Fletcher walking out with 53 runs on the board against his name. Just 35 deliveries. And that will bring on another hitter onto the crease. Big fast bowler. Fabian Allen has walked onto the crease to have some impact on this game. Dipendra Singh Airi cool and calm. So here comes the last ball of Sagar's spell into this game. And this will be turned down to a single. West Indies A, 123 for 2 at the end of 16th over. Of Sompal, Karan and so many others before me as well. So just a fast bowler would be enough, Sachin, to introduce me. Maybe a medium fast bowler, not even a fast bowler. So yes, Gulshan has walked onto the bowling crease. Today he's bowled exceptionally well, and this is going to augur well for Nepal team, because Gulshan does add that all-rounder factor into the team. He bats well, he packs a punch, he's a left-hander. If he could contribute with the ball, Nepal could afford to play an extra player, maybe an extra batter. So this is going to happen well, augur well for Nepal team if he continues to bowl this way.
Very well directed bouncer. It was a slower bouncer. How well has this lad bowled today? You know, he's only conceded 16 runs. He's into his 4th over now.
He emerged on the scene as for my liking, who's not been doing as well as he should have been doing. But yes, he's got the talent, and there is no doubt in that. Today is able to get the breakthroughs from the other end. So he's done well as a bowler recently.
Look how well he had changed the pace. And that brings Johnson Charles into the strike. He's batting at 99 of 54. Compensating for 2 dismal performances in style here, Johnson Charles. Can he get to his 100?
That's what champion batters does. One thing that has started to worry me is the slowness again of the wicket. He's been bowling into the wicket, slower cutters. It's been holding on. That's an indication. Our team again will face a mammoth target to chase. Johnson Charles on 99, and that will give him his 100 if he misses it, and he does. Oh, you don't expect that from Dipendra Singh Airi. But Johnson Charles, take a bow. You deserve this. What a 100 this has been. Two dismal performances, as Sachin mentioned earlier, and what a comeback it is. Coming back with 100 of just 55 balls, and he's still not done yet.
And the crowd appreciating his performance. The culture that has developed in the cricket spectators of Nepal, we're very proud of it. They're celebrating 100 of a quality batter from the other team. Pulls it, just the slower one really well this time. There's no stopping this. And Johnson Charles now emerging as a real threat. 3 overs to go. Where will the West Indies team get to? 182 for 2.
Current Kamal Singh Airi, he's got some promise. He bowls good Yorkers. It will be a test for him as well. Starts with a cutter, outside off, been hammered into the gap, but certain Lokesh Bum has made a valiant effort to keep it inside. They've run 3 in between. Nepal will have to do something different if they want pressure.
Oh, this is right off the middle of the bat. Huge. Almost into the VIP box there. Fabian Allen has smashed this.
Of that. If he will try and bowl Yorker, because that's the only length that's going to survive on this.
Spot on, Vinod. And even his attempt of bowling a Yorker will allow the batters to run a single.
It's all about damage control from now. If they take 6 singles or even 8 runs, anything below 10 in an over is a great performance for this last 3 overs. And Kamal Singh Airi will be well served if he continues.
Better bowler than what the stats suggest.
Absolutely, and especially against a team like West Indies. That's a cute looking shot for a boundary. He went away, tried to bowl outside off stump Yorker, went to the line, that wide line that we were talking about, but still Fabian Allen was good enough to convert that into boundary. A good ball being turned into a boundary.
What do you call this shot, Vinod? It's unfair for the bowlers, isn't it? Shots like these, I mean, you have a number of innovations that are coming in, but sometimes you feel for the bowlers.
It's a reverse scoop, which is in trend these days. T20 cricket has changed the batting so much. Orthodox is just another word in the book.
In our coaching days, if we had tried anything like that, if we had tried a shot like that, our coach would have a big spank with the bat. And now cricket is all different.
Cricket has become a fashion now, more of a fancy shots, more of a unorthodox skill sets. The more unorthodox you are, the better serve you are. Another attempt at the Yorker turned into a full toss, but this will please Kamal Singh Airi because it just went for a single. So 18th over gone.
Behind would be bowling the penultimate over.
That's lucky. Outside ace goes for 4. West Indies 204 for 2. Fabian Allen giving it all he has. A word of advice from the fellow bowler. Tries to go over the extra cover, but takes the thick outside ace and goes towards third man for a 4. Karan already conceded 40 runs in his 4th over. 5 more balls to go. Once again, room given outside off, but this is going to be caught. Dipendra Singh Airi into the third man boundary, does the rest. Fabian Allen goes for a quick fire 19 off 9 ball. And West Indies team loses their third wicket with the score on 204.
The idea has been lack of pace. That's exactly what Karan Casey does. Short wide, but no pace offered at all, and Devinder Singh Airi was there just for that purpose. So good planning this.
Good planning, but you have to consider that any more bat onto that, and it was a free hit.
Superfast Airtel Extreme Fiber, आपके smart TV.
Very happy he's pushed his case, but it depends on what the West Indies team is looking to fill in with.
Pulled off the front foot, and this will be another boundary. So 2 boundaries and a wicket in the first 3 balls. Karan Casey being expensive. Despite getting the wicket, he'll have to be careful here, because West Indies, if they go on to a score of 230, I think will be very difficult for Nepal to chase.
Absolutely, and especially with the kind of batting lineup that Nepal has today. There is no big hitters. That's another look at the catch that Devinder Singh Airi took in the third man reason. Nepal without the services of Asif Sheikh, Kushal Bhurtel, even Rohit, who's been in a tremendous form in the last 2 games.
Wide call. Karan Casey disappointed.
So easy to bat on, very easy paced. If there is any chance of survival, it's with the length. If you could get underneath the bat. Again, not there, Karan. It will require special effort, and a special effort it is from Kushal Malla to save that boundary. It's hit really, really hard onto the long on area, and Kushal Malla diving it and stopping it from going to the boundary.
And the first delivery he faces has been hammered flat onto the scoreboard this time. Oh, he is a very, very strong striker of the ball.
You can't give him length. If you give him length, it's gonna go. And with this size, this dimension of boundaries, this is not gonna change. This is a chance that they're looking for, but it falls in no man's land. 2 fielders converging, but could only manage 2. With that, we've come to end of over number 19. The score is 218 for 3.
On Kamal Singh Airi by Devinder Singh Airi. A full toss. The first ball has been picked up beautifully towards the onside for a 6. Not the start he wanted. He went for runs in the first match. He's already very expensive in this. 50 runs considered already by Kamal Singh Airi. The first ball of the final over has gone for a 6. Chemo ball this time was a full toss and brilliantly picked towards the onside.
He played the field really well. He saw the square leg and short fine leg into the circle. Just took a chance. As anticipated, Karan trying that Yorker, missing it, going for a 6. That's a better delivery. That will not be a wide because he's moved across his stumps. This is what Kamal should be looking to do regularly if he wants to survive these 4 balls. If he could execute those 4 Yorkers, the damage could be minimal.
This has been a wonderful display of batsmanship by the West Indies A team. 224 for 3 already. They still have 4 balls to go. They already have a big score, a mammoth score really, 224. Nepal will certainly be chasing more than at a required rate of more than 11 and over. Good ball this time. Change of pace as well, and the length, almost a Yorker length, could come back this.
That's the only length that Kamal Singh Airi could even think about. Any length given to these batters would be disappearing out of the park for sure.
He missed the length again only by an inch. Not get that ball onto the middle of his bat. Johnson must be tired now. He's been there. Played 61 balls, more than half.
Next 3 balls, he's tried to bowl Yorkers. That will not be a wide, sir. It's a good ball. A good Yorker outside your.
With them now, 227, you'd say, okay, this is a massive score. But when the pitch is playing fine, I think Nepal do have that batting strength to.
But just the view looks amazing. Pulled away once again towards square leg for a single. Yes, Lokesh has good potential. In fact, if you look at our current bunch of cricketers, there's so much to have. When you're part of a cricket unit, there are various options that you can select the team from. It just shows that we're heading in the right direction.
His long side, and this is a big opportunity for Vinod Bhandari as well. Very senior cricketer. He with you, Paris?
Vinod's been, he's probably the most senior member of this team. I remember he debuted for the national team and I debuted as the cricket captain back in 2009. So it's almost been 14, 15 years that he's been part of the team. Again, the team will require his experience and innings that everybody can, be proud of.
And McCann also put out the Nepal A side, asking him to captain. A lot of expectations from that he had to go through in his career. And wide. The first ball McCoy has bowled. It was wide by quite a distance. And as Paras said, this is the venue that we've had, the home of cricket in Nepal.
Obed McCoy is somebody who I actually played T10 cricket with back for Team Abu Dhabi. And until then, he hadn't actually debuted for the West Indies team. Something that I was talking about Obed McCoy, a conversation that I had with him back at his own career, which is a very young career. He's managed to play for the Rajasthan Royals, pulled away by Lokesh once again towards fine leg. He's managed to debut for the West Indies ODI and the T20I team as well. And when you talk to the West Indies A coach, even for these lads, this is once again.
Nepal are to chase this. Nepal will need plenty of shots like these. Vinod Bhandari, this is the first boundary for him in Nepal in style.
Like I said, the more still you are at the crease, you can see because these bowlers have that pace, and you can just go through the line of the ball. Vinod was still, he just put his left leg across and punched it towards covers, extra covers for 4 runs. Although you could say it was a bit of a misfield, but the ball was hit so hard, the fielder had no chance whatsoever.
Will be balled wide again, and this time the keeper misses it. Bonus runs here for Nepal.
McCoy has the gas in him. It's just about maintaining that line and length. Sometimes with the new Kookaburra, the initial 4 overs are the ones where you get a bit of swing. As you can see, it just straight down towards the leg side and just kept going. And these are bonus runs for Nepal. If Nepal is to chase the score down, they'll have to have a very good power play. With the start that they've got, they'll only look to capitalize and make it even bigger.
And you also a bit of pace this time by McCoy. Went across Vinod Bhandari, and hasn't been the kind of discipline we saw from McCoy, unlike in the previous match where he was very disciplined. It's difficult to get rid of him with the height he bowls from, isn't it, Paras?
Sometimes T20 cricket's hard. I would say not sometimes, most of the times. Because as you can see, even in the IPL that's happening right now, the PSL that happened very recently, and even the kind of batsmanship that we've seen in the last year and a half in TU itself. A lot of high-scoring grounds, high-scoring scores. And as you can see, it's not easy. Also, the dimension of the ground, the straight boundaries are very short. So the margin of error is very minimum.
30 runs.
They need a good start. Nepali team. Good change of pace. 2 overs gone, 17th run.
chase.
Matthew Ford back in the attack. Once again, the batsman tried to heave it across. The best option would probably be found the gap. And as far as said, when coming down the track and forcing on things, it's great to stay on the pitch, maintain your balance, and find deliveries like that. This was a touch loose by Matthew Ford. Another welcome boundary for Nepal. Beautifully played. Kind of confidence that these boys have playing on these kind of surfaces, I feel we're up and running onto this chase. Beaten.
Things going on. They're chasing a higher score as well. Smashes this towards the onside.
And the ball will find the bench again. Second boundary over for Bhandari.
Beautifully played once again. There is headache for sure if you're a selector. But the very fact is, there's a squad of cricketers that this team has been built around. And the coach and a good representative do well for your country. And it looks like that's misfield from the wicketkeeper all the way for boundary. Presses on the West Indies A bowlers and the fielders. It's hot out there, and as you can see, they are putting pressure on the Nepali batters, that is, putting pressure on the bowlers, and the results are distinctly visible. Although in the keeper's defense, it wasn't an easy take, but still could have gone asked for anything else, and plan to have better facilities. Fantastic shot once again. Looks like Vinod is going to create even more bigger headaches for the selectors this evening.
That's a wonderful boundary again, an expensive over this time. 3 gone, 33 for none. The first change by the Western Indian skipper.
Fabian Allen is playing his first game of the series. Just a couple of days ago, he was hospitalized. Unfortunately, he had a bit of cold, which aggravated, and he had to be put up with oxygen cylinders. And I'm very surprised and glad that he's back on the field. And even for the West Indies A, they would want him to strike. Why? Because he's one of the experienced cricketers who's played cricket, franchise cricket all over the world. I'm just very glad that he's back on the field. As you see, I think he's coughing a bit as well, but he's a fighter, as we all know, and he's back on the field and trying to prove his worth.
Taken a single now. Lokesh Bam has been there for 8 deliveries.
I believe Lokesh is going to go for a big one. Darted towards Lokesh. Fabian is somebody who has a lot of experience. He's not somebody who's going to just come and fly the ball. So Lokesh will have to identify properly, go across the line to get that big boundary. Just like that, the attempt was right there. Unfortunately, it was an inside edge. Fred Hart went straight to the fielder. Nepal's lost his first wicket in the form of Vinod Bhandari.
Fortunate this for Bhandari, because had he got just a yard away from the fielder there was a certain boundary in offering, but went straight to the fielder, and a good catch as well.
Like I said, very well held on. Although he had middled it, unfortunately, he had got the strike, but just couldn't
match it for himself as well. Lokesh has to get going. Sometimes what happens is, if you miss out on the power play and when you're chasing a score as big as 228, you might not. So I think both these batters would want to capitalize the next 11 balls that are left of the power play.
Fars, you'd want to talk about this bowler, Gudakesh Motie. Performed really well, took 3 wickets, 3 important wickets, and then also scored 33 runs in only 8 balls. He changed the course of the match completely. Was rightfully the player of the match in the second T20.
Absolutely, Sachin. He looks like somebody who could go on to... Mid-wicket, picked up on the length. He's got long levers, and we've seen this before. He's done it again. A fantastic way to start the over. 5 balls remaining in the power play. Nepal will want Anil Shah and Lokesh Bam to go as hard as possible so that they utilize this power play.
Oh, this lad has impressed us all, Anil Shah.
Just a bit of room to hit it towards.
Came back stylishly after a long while into the national side. courtesy that innings of 50.
He'll make the best out of his opportunity today. Very smart operator, Fabian, to go as and hit towards the longer boundary. Bottom edge towards mid-wicket.
Anil Shah sweeps this one again, and for the second time he has gone out of the ground for another six. This is the second six off the bat of Anil Shah. Meanwhile, when Lokesh is struggling with stroke making, Anil Shah has come in and hammered 2 sixes out of the ground. Nepal slowly getting on the move. Sakhalkar. Good comeback this from Gudakesh Moti.
Chasing 228 is not an easy task, and this is how you have to play. 51 for 1 after 6.3.
Edged straight up. How many times have we seen this? Just as we praise the stroke making of Anil Shah, you can say it was unselfish of him, all right, but then he struck 2 and deposited them out of the ground, went for the shot again, and he has been dismissed.
That was not wanted at the moment.
His brother, a regular member of the T20 side, in fact both the formats. Mix up in the middle. Fortunately, there was no clean collection by the fielder there.
For him to go big.
He's got it on the full. And when Lokesh plays this kind of stroke, there's only one result to it. It has gone all the way. First 6 for Lokesh Bum. He needed this. He needed this for his confidence. He was staying there. He was there. But he was struggling. This was a rare full toss.
Plus, you were right, Sachin. He looks a little uncomfortable trying to go for a big heave over.
But he produces the second 6 of this over. Lokesh Bum anticipating the line of Roshan Chase. Isn't a big turner of the ball Chase. And he has been chased away by this massive hit by Lokesh again. And he's not very fond of facing off spinners, but I think he has developed his skill. Goes after him again. Good stop. Very good stop this time. Before a couple of days, he got a terrible cold. Swept away only for a single. But look at the spirit of the man. He's very strongly built. It's to avoid the smog and a bit of dusty air. Also in altitude, the altitude of Kathmandu becomes a problem for a number of visiting players. Smacks it down, will only be a single 11 overs. They need few big overs in the middle as well. They cannot leave it for the very end. Lucky runs like these will help the Nepali cause. Hayden Walls, a touch short and wide, cut really hard,
especially the spinners. And probably that's one of the reasons which is making it difficult for the batsmen, especially Lokesh, where he's going for the big heaves.
Almost on every delivery, isn't it? But this time I think it was not far too early. Lucky he's still there, Lokesh. Short, wide, straight up. But such is the luck of Lokesh today. Falls exactly on no man's land. Hasn't looked attractive at all today.
Whereas the spinners are bowling too slow for him.
Because Lokesh is struggling, somebody will have to go for shots like these. And Arif Sheikh has lost his wicket. The struggle for Nepali batters continue. The required run rate getting better off them, and Arif Sheikh, the T20 World Cup that's to follow, was a googly. Good thinking there. punched down the ground for a single. 6 runs and a wicket. Jesus today, 5 in the previous matches. You think a good ploy before the World Cup?
Honestly, no. A big no. Because by now we should have known that they are the ones in the squad of 15, and that's how they prepare. That's how they prepare themselves.
Selection committee thinks that this series had to be taken as a benchmark to select that squad that's flying to the United States and
in Nepal, and I could feel.
Has Kushal got enough? Not all the way, but one bounce over the fence. So the first, plenty of these.
It's high time that Kushal stays in the crease now, along with Kushal Burtel. Even Kushal
times in which he was run out in both the matches. Oh, this is a rank loose delivery. This deserved punishment, and Kushal Malla is too good a batter to miss out in opportunities like this. Bonus runs. West Indies are gifting runs to Nepal. Moti wanted to fire one in. Was shot towards the leg side as well. A nothing delivery really. So finally, can he? Sensible batting now. Something Lokesh Bum should be realizing from here, because he got a boundary. Kushal Malla then got that massive one and took a single and went to the non-strikers end.
That's smart batting, and that is exactly what we need from Kushal now. He needs to bat smart.
I mean, there are proper cricketing shots. Why would you want to slug one when you're really good playing it down the ground? And this is a very, very dismal batting performance by Lokesh. He's disappointed with himself. He did not want to look at the highlights of today's match. Very ugly sight.
This was coming, Sachin. This was coming. He never looked comfortable.
So Gulshan Jha, another left-handed batter, comes at the centre. He'll be joining Kushal Malla. The question is, very good length this by Roshan Chase, not allowing the pace for the batters.
Especially Sagar Dakal.
Loves bowling. Is very good shot. Kushal Malla, because Roshan Chase is allowing no pace, so he had to generate the pace and at the same time find the gap, and this is tremendous batting already.
That was a nice cut down to point.
Manish, he had to generate that pace. That's the reason why this shot was so difficult to play, and he found the gap to perfection.
The best part was he waited for the ball to come onto him.
So dot delivery to end this over. Another good one, tight one. Only 7 off it by Roshan Chase. 94 for 4. 98 for 4. The last 8 overs. Getting into operation. Slaps this down the ground. Hasn't got the distance at all. Oh, catastrophe here for Nepal. 5th wicket has fallen down, and it is the big one of Kushal Malla. It was slighted a little away from Kushal Malla. Went at it. Will be interesting to see in the replay again if it was a googly. We'll get that from the another angle. But it was a very well taken catch. So Kushal Malla on the ground, takes a single. He likes taking some time, playing some balls before he uses his long handle. And Vivek, we know that he can hit
Batting lineup, Sachin, prior to the World Cup. Like I said again, other than Rohit, nobody has stepped up. Nobody has looked good. And
very, very optimistic appeal. I think there was a daylight between the bat and ball. Hayden Walls finally sharing some smile with the umpire. End of the over. Innings. Fans would love to see the intent from the Nepali batters, whereas the West Indian side would be pretty happy with their performance. This has been a clinical performance. Vivek Yadav made headlines when he played that innings against Oman. This one very fine. Still no boundary for Nepal. They're struggling. They need. How close is this? Half-hearted appeal. Will the umpire go upstairs? We'll have to see. Yes, he has. The umpire has referred this to the third. Chanja. This is looking bad for Nepal now. The West Indies A are getting wickets in quick succession now. Just a check shot. Nothing short really. No celebration whatsoever as well. Very soft dismissal. Gulshan Jha could have gone towards the onside. Not the case. 6 runs off. Nepal, they've lost wicket in quick succession. No partnership build. Was a bad delivery this, and there's a reason why Karan is annoyed with himself, because it was a poor delivery. Should have been.
Brilliant delivery. Quicker through the air. Offered some room to Dipendra. Oh, another beautiful delivery. What could we do from here? You need to take that 15-man squad playing against the West Indies A, pick up your best playing 11, give them the match exposure that they want.
Kicks a single. Singles won't do any good to Nepal's chase of chasing this. Nepal's cause of chasing this target. Fans climbing the trees, and this is something. It's not safe. We do not encourage our fans to do that. You can understand that the view might have been good from there, but still, it's very, very risky.
Yeah.
Towards the offside, direct hit. Could have put Dipender Singh ID into pressure, not there. So 119 required of 28. The Nepali team would be. I'm sure the Nepali squad will have a long discussion in the dressing room today. This match looks to be going only one way from here.
Line and length that they were bowling. This time just playing in the back foot. Karan and Dipendra at the moment. Well, how do you see this game moving forward? Sachin, 117 runs required in 26 deliveries.
Well, now the chances are really only mathematical, to be honest. Yes, you have Karan and Dipendra, but even for them, this looks too difficult a task. They need over 20. Low down the order, he should have come a little ahead if Nepal really wanted to win this match. Tight over again. 1-1-2 for 7. Will only be a single. Hayden Walls has done really well with the ball. Was dropped in the first match, came in the second. Down the track, straight, flat, 6. The crowd excited. But Nepal will need plenty of those. Dipender Singh ID came down the track, connected it really well, and the bat speed. He was onto it in a flash. And first 6 for Dipender Singh ID. Can he play a historical knock like he's played in the past? Attempt of a reverse hit. No pace at all, and the lack of pace has been a real problem. Direct hit. The West Indians are celebrating. Dipender Singh ID looks disappointed as well. Sanjay Gurung, the decision this for the third umpire. Dipender Singh ID is walking back to the hut.
Superfast Airtel Extreme 5.
Makeshift captain has been dismissed. The red light will slowly come out. And who walks at the center is another ID. It's Kamal Singh ID.
International Cricket Ground. Not a beautiful sight if you are a Nepali cricket fan at the moment. Karan trying to go for that big heave. They're looking for 2. And they would easily get it. And yes, this time just staying in the back foot. Goes for that big shot and he'll get a boundary. Something for the crowd to cheer on. Staying deep in the crease, waiting for that ball. Karan Casey. This difference has been their mindset. Coming slow through the air this time. Once again, Karan Casey would get the boundary.
Kamal Singh Aidi slashes that for a single. 130 the score. Lead got straight to the fielder, third. Nepal would be very disappointed with how they batted. The approach was right from Bhandari. Lokesh Ram again shuffled a little too much inside the crease. Another attempt of a late cut. Straight to the field again. So Fabian Allen bowled well today. In fact, almost all the West Indian bowlers have bowled decently.
Yes, Sachin, as I was mentioning in the previous over, the difference has been their mindset. West Indies A spinners, if you look at them, they're just bowling slow through the air, bowling those quicker deliveries, the batsmen to play those shots and make those mistakes, and this has been the difference.
Just over the fielder there. The ball will eventually find the fence. Enjoying himself there. Kamal Singh Aidi. And Allen will only concede a single in this ball, and he's bowled a terrific spell. He's got that off the middle of the bat. They got the elevation, not the distance though. Despite getting off the middle of the bat, he was deceived by the slowness of the ball. Went really high up, but the distance not there, so another one bites the dust. The second ID to make his way back to the pavilion, Kamal Singh ID. The height was there, the elevation was there, not the distance, and eventually well held by the fielder there in the mid-wicket area, deep mid-wicket area. Another one. So Sagar Dhakkal has come to the middle. 10 more deliveries to go. Karan Casey 17 of 12, 91 needed of 10. Crowd slowly making their way out of the ground. Disappointed. They came in for a contest. They got to mouth-watering contest in the previous matches. The first, Nepal held their nerves and won the match, the first match. Nepal were in contention till the final over in the second T20 as well, but today it has been West Indies all over. Matthew Ford, brilliant change of pace. Was a leg cutter.
Well, not a good sight. Nepal 137 for 9. And it would be interesting to see after this match the remaining.
Against the run of play, another boundary for Karan. Built a partnership of 145 with Johnson Charles. Another flat one. Has this gone all the way as well? It's gone for a boundary, but the question is, has it gone for 6? It has. Karan Casey getting us the memories of him striking the ball in the... Even the great Karan Casey's hitting, not helping the cause. A no ball will be a free hit. Karan Casey would certainly regret running. Had he known that it was a no ball, he would have stood in the striker's end. will be a free hit and Sagar Dakal will be facing the free hit.
Would you call it a touch and go? Something needs to be behind the line. A free hit delivery. And Sagar Dakal would be facing that free hit delivery. Third man fielder outside the 30-yard circle. Deep point covers. Ali plays it off. Try to go for that shot. Straight into the hands of the fielder.
It's only a formality now. 78 required of 6. 19 gone, 150 off.
Resting for this remaining 2 T20.
Good slow delivery. Karan Kessi will ideally face all the remaining 5 balls. Will be hit. Straight up. How far has it gone? Hasn't gone the distance at all. And this will be the end of the match. And Nepal have lost this match by 76 runs, and a clinical performance by the West Indian side. The West Indies A putting up a great show, scored runs with the bat. And they restricted Nepal only for 151 runs. They were better in the field as well today. And this has been a complete performance from the touring side. The last to go was Karan Kessi. The crowd expecting some bit of entertainment from Karan. Would only turn out to be consolation for the Nepali side because they have been well short of the target there eventually.